Hello and welcome to the Abundant Joy Tarot. This is Ade, and I'm thrilled to be able to bring you a Gimme a Sec reading today. So it's been some time since I've been able to do one, and I'm just excited to be able to do it today. If you want to jump right into your reading, you can and want to choose by crystals. Pile number 1 will be the Amethyst. Pile number 2 will be the clear quartz. And pile number 3 will be the Lapis, Lapis Lazuli. Okay. So you're certainly welcome to jump right in. I'm going to do a quick pile picking. The Gimme a Sec readings were kind of developed to be a short style reading. So it'll be, they should be less than 5 minutes, but sometimes they run 10 minutes. So they might be 10 minutes each, up to 10 minutes each. And it's really just today we're going to focus on what is it that you need to hear right now today. You know, what is coming up for you. Might be something that's heavy on your mind, in your thoughts, or it might just be just some additional information that your guides or spirits want to make sure that you're aware of, or possibly a blessing coming down the road for you. So that's what we're up to today. We're going to do a couple of tarot cards and then a couple of oracle cards to kind of get a picture and a story of what's going on and what you need to hear. So that being said, I'm going to jump into the card picking. If you want to go directly, you can use the crystals to do that. And at the end of the card picking, I will reveal one of the oracle cards as another way for you to lead yourself into the reading that feels right for you today. And in this type of reading, it could be that you're drawn to more than one of the readings, and that's fine. Even if you are drawn to all three, there might be a message in those readings for you, or it might just be one. Okay, so that being said, let's jump in. So we're going to pull. So Spirit, I'm looking for pile 1, those who choose the Amethyst, and pile 2. And pile 3. And this is a new deck for me I found locally. And I was kind of excited to see the local way. Okay. All right. And then Spirit. So for pile 1, the ones who chose the Amethyst, what do they need to hear today? What would be something to give them insight, bless them? And for pile 2, what do they need to hear? What do they need to hear today? And for pile 3, okay? All right, and then one of these ones. Pile 1 and for pile 2. These ones are kind of getting in the way of the camera. Bigger. 2 and pile 3. Okay. And then we're going to pull the tarot cards to kind of give us the storyline or the additional details that we need to have. And we're going to pull a couple of these tarot for each deck. So for pile, or each pile. So for pile 1, Spirit, what do they need to hear? What do they need to know today that's going to help move them forward on their soul journey? What do they need to hear today? What do they need to hear today? And for pile 2, what do they need to hear today? And for pile 3, what do they need to hear today? Pile 3, what do they need to hear today? That 2, and one more. Pile 3. All right. so those are going to be our cards for the reading today. Let's go ahead and reveal one of these oracle cards to draw you into the reading. And we're going to reveal this card here. Okay. All right, so for pile 1, that shows the Amethyst, your card is going to, ooh, beautiful. Your card is going to be, you are unlimited. What you can create is unlimited. Okay. So that's going to be pile 1. And for pile number 2, with the clear quartz, your card is, ooh, beautiful. Explore, love, create. The only thing that holds you back is you. Feels like there's a lot of information here about expansion. And this card is 44 for pile 2 for those who like to choose by number. And this is 12. So 12, 3, or 44, 8. And for pile 3, you are the breath. I love that. Listen and connect to your intuition. And this is 9. And this is for the Lapis Lazuli. All right. So that is what we have here for your readings today. And I will look forward to seeing you in the readings. If you have not yet subscribed, please go down there and click that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a part of the community. It also helps me grow the community and encourages me to keep moving forward with this passion, which I would do anyway, probably, if there was just 2 of you. But I'm happy that the channel is growing. So that being said, I'll see you in your readings and see you soon. Hello and welcome back, pile 1. If you chose the Amethyst stone and this card right here, then this is going to be your reading. And this is such a beautiful card. So let's jump into it. So this is just a reading about what message do you need to hear right now. And your top card is you are unlimited. What you can create is unlimited. Okay. So part of what I'm feeling here from this card is that Spirit's message to you is that thing that's holding you back, that restriction that you're putting on yourself, it is time to let it go, because the possibilities are beyond what you can actually conceive of, okay? So there's really an opportunity here in this card that's like, yes, 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 and yes. Yes to everything is what this card really means, okay? It really says that when you're not sure about something that you're working on, forget the little details, focus on the feeling, okay? Love the images that come to you, send them your love, all right? The universe is just waiting for you to take a step forward. But some of you may be feeling bogged down by how, right? It's like you have this vision, but all you're thinking about is how is it going to happen? How can I get to the next step? There's all these things that have to get done. And what your spirit guides are saying to you is that what you need to do is focus on the feeling of receiving what it is that you are in the process of creating, rather than focusing on what you think the next step might be, because they will reveal to you what the next step is. It's sort of, it's not that it's none of your business, but it is it is in the hands of the divine, right? So it's a matter of like stepping wholeheartedly in the direction of what might be possible for you. Okay, so that's your first oracle card. You also have, oh, beautiful, Morning Dew Girl. Okay, I'm going to get the cards out here and then we'll take a look at it. Boundaries. Yeah, okay. And then the 3 tarot cards that we have for you. The Queen of Cups. I love that for you. The 6 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. And the King. Yeah, they're like, it's time. It's let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. Let's go, beautiful pile one. Okay, so this boundaries card here is coming out to me to just kind of say, so some of you have been feeling like, some of you in your own mind, you've been having these restrictions, as I was saying before, these roadblocks of like, okay, yeah, I definitely want to do this, but how? Like, I'm over here and I've got to get way over here and I don't even have a vehicle. So how am I going to make that happen, right? And so you need to turn your focus away from that. The other thing that's happening for you all in pile number one is that you may be sharing too much of the direction in which you want to go. And as a result, the people around you are having their say about it. Okay. And interjecting, and it's not always negative, right? Like, it's just that in their, as you have your own limitations, they also have their own limitations, and they may be even more limited than you. So in their mind, it's like, well, there's no way that you can get from here to here without a vehicle, right? They've never seen it happen before. They may have even tried it themselves and it didn't happen, okay? But Spirit is saying that you have the capability of doing it. So you need to be clear about your boundaries, who you're listening to, what you're listening to. Be mindful of social media, I'm hearing. Okay, what are you actually taking in? What is your input? Because understand that what your input is going to, your output is going to reflect your input. Okay, so be mindful of what it is that you're actually receiving in and from whom, and what energy they're pouring into you. If there's this sort of sense of like doubt or apathy, or even those like really subtle things, that you may be picking that up and it's stopping you from kind of moving forward in certain ways. So just be clear about your boundaries. It's not about shutting everybody out or being in total secrecy. It's just about being conscious of what your inputs are, okay? This morning dew, girl, is all about facing your fears, okay? It talks about awareness, consciousness. All right, so the woman in the card here collects fat. Now that's interesting. So this just went out, and I feel like one of the things, the candle just went out. I don't know if y'all saw that, but the candle just went out, and I feel like, because what I was about to really talk about was this idea of awareness. And so what I'm hearing is that you need to, there's some of you all have some blinders on out there. You're holding yourself in the dark around some things, and you need to turn the lights on. And what I mean by that is, or what I believe Spirit means by that is, turn the lights on inside is what I'm hearing. So it's like, step into your consciousness. And in order to sometimes turn the light on inside, I'm hearing, is that you've got to turn the lights off outside. So in other words, you need to go inside. You need to, whether it's through meditation, whether it's through breathing, whether it's through just sitting and closing your eyes and going within, there's a need for you to go within, okay? That's really interesting. So these dews, this sort of dewdrops here is like, notice she's like receiving these and then she's like pouring them out. There's a need for you to allow your fears, your tears, your sadness to flow through you. So what I'm hearing is that you can't hold it. You can't hold it within you and think that it's going to go away. You need to let it go. So you do need to voice whatever fears you have that are keeping you from doing what is fully possible for you to do, okay? You need to release those fears, but you need to allow them to flow through you. And it's interesting because you've got this Queen of Cups here, and the Queen of Cups is balanced emotionally. She is able to have the easy flow of emotions. She is highly emotionally intelligent. and is not only aware of what is going on inside of her at the deepest levels, but she's also aware of what's going on outside of her and the emotions of others that are around her, and able to integrate with the other emotions of those around her and herself and be in balance and be in joy. She is also abundant. She is immensely loving, just a beautiful love energy. Okay. And so because this is here, it just feels like the work that you're needing to move toward is going to be extremely abundant, because you've got this King of Pentacles here, which is like the ultimate abundance. I mean, look at this dude. He's just chilling and happy and has everything that he needs. Okay. He's got his protector beside him, and he's got the abundance that is just magically, I feel like it's like magically regenerating, right? Like there's like this sense of like regeneration. And then this beautiful cup here is the Six of Pentacles, which is an easy flow of giving and receiving. What it is that you're putting out, you're also receiving back in abundance, right? So there's an easy flow. So if you're in a situation where you're not feeling an easy flow, then that might not be what this situation is. So you want to step into an easy flow of give and take. You give, you receive. Okay. Sometimes we, really most of the time when we give, we don't go with an expectation of receiving. We just give. Okay. But what this card is saying, which I think is so beautiful, is that you still go with the intent to just give, but in return, you are also receiving. So what I'm seeing here for you all, give me a sec, is that you are unlimited. You need to go ahead and set boundaries for yourself. Watch your intake. Allow your emotional feelings, whether they be fears, worries, anxieties, to come through all the way through you. Don't sit on them, so that you can step into this radiant energy of being fully tapped into yourself and others, and having an easy flow of give and take that's going to lead you to ultimate abundance, riches. All right. So I don't know what you all are thinking about there. If this is like a career thing, it's like if you're contemplating whether or not I should move forward on a certain project, yes, 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 and yes. If you're thinking about, a situation that you're dealing with, a friendship, or, a collaboration perhaps that you want to do this, because the Pentacles energy is very much a earth energy. It's very much about like kind of day to day as well. So she's a bit more spiritual with this Queen of Cups energy in the emotional realm, but these Pentacles are very grounded. So it makes me feel like this probably has something to do with either work or a creative partnership, or it could be a partnership of some kind, because we do have the Queen and King here. But overall, I just think that this is like a message from the universe that it is time to move forward, believe in yourself, care for yourself, tap into your emotionality, and thrive. All right. So that's it for pile one. I hope that you got something out of this reading that will support you on your soul journey. And I will look forward to seeing you in your next reading. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please click that subscribe button down there, and I will see you next time. Have a joyfully abundant day. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome back to the Abundant Joy Tarot. This is Ade. And if you chose the clear quartz, and this card right here, this is going to be your reading, and we're talking about what you are meant to hear right now. So what are your spirit guides pulling you to hear right now? And you start off with this beautiful card that drew you in, and it talks about freedom, really, is what this card says. It says, explore, love, create. The only thing that holds you back is you. But what this card is actually saying is it's talking about your freedom, that you are free to be you. You are free to love. You are free to explore. You are free to create. You are free to be who you want to be. Okay, that's what this card is saying. And I think that that's a beautiful way to start this message. It's really saying you need to be authentically you. The other thing that this card talks about is exploring the heart, exploring your passion, exploring that thing that kind of makes your toes curl and makes you excited down to your core. What is that thing that pushes you forward, and getting a hold of what that is, and then allowing yourself to bask in it, right? Allowing yourself to do just that, to do that thing that brings you joy, even if it's surprising to the people around you or even to yourself, right? Like that, oh, I didn't know that I had a passion for knitting, okay? But allow yourself to feel it and step right in it, right? Whatever it may be, the last pile was about being unlimited, but this vastness of the universe that we see here is also reminding me of the unlimited possibilities of love, right? The love of your heart, the passion in your heart. Let that be your guide, is what I'm hearing from this card here. The only thing that holds you back is you, beloved. So allow yourself to just soak in your own love energy. I almost burnt myself there with the candle. Okay. All right. So let's look at your other cards for your quick reading here. And you've got, a long way home. Okay. So this card is really, it's kind of a nostalgic card. It talks about remembrances, memories. It talks about this little elephant here having like gathered up all of its life memories. It talks about our life journey and all of the things that we have carried with us on our life journey. And the card sort of questions, okay, is this journey going to continue forward or is it going to anchor down? Just sort of settle in where we are or continue to move forward, right? And so I really am getting the sense with the Explore card and with this card here, because there's almost like a bit of exploration that's happening here, because he's in this big balloon and he's floating above the horizon. And so there's, I felt like your spirit guides are really saying they want you to float above the horizons, loves. So in pile number 2, it's about understanding what you're passionate about and then like picking up whatever you need to pick up and going forth, right? Stepping into it. And let's see what you got here. Passion. Look at that. So this card is exactly about what I was actually just speaking about. It talks about thinking about your deepest desire and asking yourself, what am I willing to sacrifice in order to achieve this goal? The greater your passion for an endeavor, the greater the likelihood that you're going to be willing to make the sacrifices to bring it into fruition. So again, it's just a reminder here from Spirit that you need to tap into your heart, okay? Really tap into it. And also talks about not focusing on the success of others because they're following their own passion. Look at what is your passion. Follow your passion. That's where your treasure is. That's where your gold is. Your gold is not in the passion of others. Now, you may have similar passions to other people, and that's fine, but understand that you have a unique ability. You have a unique, like a unique shade within your own passion. Okay, so you have a unique imprint that you are meant to make on the world. And so you need to really tap internally to what is your unique passion and go for it. All right. Don't spend too much time comparing. And so let's see what your actual tarot cards are. Okay, so you've got the 4 of Swords. Okay, we'll talk about all of them together. The 7 of Wands. All right. So some of you all have been on this journey. You've been working towards something, and you may be feeling like, I'm sort of a bit tired, but this reading is definitely saying that your spirits want you to continue to push forward. But one of the things that I'm seeing here is that, okay, and the moon, okay. All right. So there may be some things that, what I'm understanding is that some of you have been going along on this journey towards something that you're passionate about, a project. It could be a creative collaboration. It could be a job. It could be any number of things, because this is a general reading. But you may have gotten to a point where things have felt foggy. Now, understandably, we just went through Mercury retrograde. And so for some of us, things got foggy. But you may have been feeling like things have gotten foggy because you got this moon card here. And that can kind of, the moon card can reflect sort of things that are hidden, and it can be externally hidden, but it also can be internally hidden. Like we fall into this sense of illusion or delusion. It comes from deeply falling into emotion, right? Because if your emotion is high, your logic is low. And so just having the balance of the two is really, really important. And the moon card is it's not a bad card. It just tells you that there may be some things that have been a bit hidden from you, okay? Or you may have felt like things were just not clear. Things were foggy. You may have been moving forward and you felt like you were moving at a good, even keel and everything was going smoothly. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, wait, I don't understand. Like some things started happening and you're like, I don't understand why this isn't going the direction I thought it could go. And then your level of frustration went up, and from there. So what Spirit is saying is that you need to get some heart rest. You need to actually pause. You need to get some time to go internal and do some self-care. And that can literally just be like, okay, I need to turn everything off tonight, go to bed early, take a bath, like just do total self-care and get some good sleep and rest. But for some of you, it's like a deeper rest where you need like several days, a week or so to just pull back from everything, turn off the social media, get some peace of mind, go out in nature, reconnect to yourself. Okay, that's what this card is really saying. There's a need to kind of pause and heal. And sometimes when we say heal, it feels like, well, I don't have no major wound that I need to heal from. But healing is also about regenerating, right? Just you're going to naturally wear down. Okay, now some of you really need to heal. Okay, like there's some wounds that you need to heal. I'm hearing that very clearly. But for some of you, it's just that you are so run down that you're not able to make the decisions that you need to make, and things are becoming unclear. When things become unclear, remember that this is a sign. That is a sign from your body, your higher self, your guides, and God, okay? That's saying, okay, slow down, beloved, because you should be clear moving forward what your next step is. But if all of a sudden things get unclear, something needs to be done. You either need to have a conversation, there needs to be some communication, you need to pull back, you need to get clear within yourself, you need to take some other action, you need to call in an expert, you need to do something, right? And so that's all it is that you need to listen to yourself, and when things become unclear, you need to address it, right? Whatever that might be. For some of you all, that's taking a pause. The other thing that you've got here is you've got the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands can also talk about perseverance. It talks about standing up for yourself. If things are coming at you, like that you kind of are standing strong in your power and persevering, right? But I love the depiction of this card in particular because she's not only created a protective bubble around herself to make that she's fully fortified, but she is grounding herself on the wands. So anything that's coming at her, she is connected into her solar plexus, and she is very strongly connected, okay? And the other thing about that is that this card, now that I said the solar plexus, this card also is owned by the solar plexus in this particular deck. So there may be an opportunity for some of you all to tap into your solar plexus, which is your power center, and do some meditation there, or do some breathing there, or just allow yourself to envision opening that chakra a bit more so that you have the power and the endurance that you need to get some rest, clear away the fog so that you can continue to move forward on your life journey. And that is what I see here. Don't hold yourself back, beloveds. There's so much that's possible for you. So just keep plugging and keep moving forward. I want to thank you for joining the Abundant Joy Tarot. This is Ade. If you have not already, please click that subscribe button down there. And I will see you in your next reading. I hope you have a joyfully abundant day. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. This is Abundant Joy Tarot, and this is Ade. And if you chose the Lapis Lazuli, then this is going to be your reading. And we're talking about, what do your spirit guides need to tell you today? What do you need to hear? So it could be a situation that's been top of mind for you, or just some general guidance that you need to know on your path and your soul journey for today. Thank you so much for joining, and let's jump into your reading. So you came in with this beautiful card. You are the breath. Listen and connect to your intuition. I love this so much because part of what this card is talking about is your uniqueness, your individuality. It is talking about, our breath is uniquely our own. And it is through breath that we are able to connect to our own being and to that of spirit. Breath is the life force that we have within us. And so there's a message here for you also to tap into your breath, whether that means just being mindful of your breath. How are you breathing right now? Are you breathing deeply? Are you breathing lightly? Are you breathing fast or slow? Are you fully taking in the breath into the cells of your body? So being mindful of your breath is really important. It says listen and connect to your intuition. So part of why that is so important for you, in particular, pile number 3, is that this card is also calling you out as a unique individual, and that the path that you have is different from those that are around you. And so because you are blessed with your individuality, this is where you can lead the world rather than follow, okay? So, but in order to do that, you've got to be fully tapped into who you are and listening to yourself, which means you need to be conscious of your breath. That is the very first step, okay? You are breath in and out. Remember to breathe and breathe deeply as you can, because this will ground you and keep you grounded. When you are looking at others, it can scatter your own objectives. So trust in yourself. By listening to your breath, you connect to your intuition, and this allows you to focus on where you are headed. And this is like as simple, you guys, as like just getting clear about what direction you're actually walking. Like if you're walking and just taking a breath and going, okay, yeah, this is the next step. This is where I'm going. To as broad as like, where is my life going? What is the very next step that I need to do to step into the wholeness of my being, right? And so that breath, this intention of knowing that your breath has that type of power for you as an individual. So that's the first message that I'm getting from you all. Let's look at your other oracle cards, and then we'll look at your tarot cards. Insight. Look at that. And it's the peacock feather. And the eye of the peacock feather represents your third eye. Okay, so this is also speaking to your third eye chakra, and some of you all may want to do some work with your third eye chakra to really work on continuing to open into your insight, into listening to your intuition, because that is ultimately going to guide you to directly where you need to go. Now, this beautiful card of the journey, it talks about this little girl is riding a little deer, which I'm not sure this deer is really too happy about that. But the point of the card is that what you need to be mindful of is that oftentimes we're moving forward on the journey and not paying attention to the journey itself. When the truth of the matter is that the journey itself, the things that you're experiencing along the way to where it is that you think you're going, right, is also important. Is very important. So it's important to allow yourself to be in the playfulness of your journey, to be in the joy of your journey, to be in the small victories, the small successes of your journey, even to be into some of the sorrow might be that is in your journey. Okay, because that's all a part of the journey. And by taking a step back and looking at the whole picture, you're able to receive a wholeness that is an energetic force that will keep you moving forward. So I hope that makes sense to you, but that's what I'm getting from this card. And it definitely speaks to, the card itself actually speaks to just being conscious of the journey. And it also has this playful energy of like, you know, allowing yourself to be a child on your journey, no matter what age you are, but that youthful innocence, observation, that sense of observation and awareness, being connected to what's around you, which is also found in this card here of the insight. Just having your eyes open, and eyes being all eyes, right? Your spiritual eye, your regular eyes, your body eye, right? Of connectedness to others. So there's this sense of like openness for this pile. I feel like your message is very clearly coming through that you all need to tap into your intuition. The other thing that just came pretty strongly is that some of you that are in this pile, I feel like maybe it's a lot of you, but because it keeps coming up in my mind, is that some of you have stronger intuition and insight than you might even believe. And so that's why Spirit is asking you to slow down, pay attention, get a more mindful approach, and tap into your intuition. Because the more that you do that, the more you will hone a natural ability that you already have, which is an intuitive ability. Okay, so that's what I'm hearing, that you need to take it seriously in terms of, I mean, do it with joy, right? But take it seriously in terms of, you know, taking time, like within your day when you're kind of on autopilot, and just stopping yourself and observing. Just stop to observe what's going on around you. What are the things that you're actually picking up on a regular basis? So-and-so's doing this, but this is the underlying story behind this. So-and-so's doing this. This is the underlying story. This is the emotions that they're feeling right now. Just tap in and pay attention to what's going on around you, and tap into yourself. What are you feeling? What's coming out of your mouth right now, right? So this is what I'm getting here on this reading. So be very conscious of that, pile 3. I think that it's a source of, it's like a secret power, right? Like it's a source of strength for you, a source of resilience, a source of cleansing is what I'm getting. All right. So let's see. Oh, okay. So you've got the Lover's card. And we'll talk about what that may mean. You've got the 5 of Wands and Judgment. Wow. And look at that beautiful card. Okay. So let's look at this. So you've got 2 major arcanas here. So in terms of the information. So the Lover's card is a very powerful card. It is a major arcana card. A lot of people, it does have the meaning where it can talk about 2 lovers coming together, a romantic relation happening. It also can mean connected hearts coming together. So therefore it can represent family or friendship, but there's definitely like a romantic energy that can be there. The other thing that the Lover's card talks about, though, is choices. It talks about duality. That's why we get the depiction of the man and woman, because it's this sort of sense of like the masculine and feminine coming together, and there being a connection there, a strong connection there. And that's why we get this image of the lovers. Depending on what we're talking about here, and this is like your message from Spirit, it can also talk about your connected, your balancing of your masculine, and because we all have masculine and feminine. So it's a balancing, finding the harmony, the duality within your masculine and feminine within you, or it could also mean a partnership of some kind where you're moving things forward. The reason why I feel like it's kind of leaning toward the partnership side, is because we've got this 5 of Wands here. Now, 5 of Wands can talk about, oftentimes 5s can talk about conflict, but the 5 of Wands really leans toward competition. It talks about working with others and others pushing you to be better. That's why there's this sort of sense of conflict, because it may not be a comfortable push, but there's this sense of like they're pushing each other to succeed, to be better at what it is that they need to do. Okay, so I feel like for some of you all, Spirit is saying that there is a connection that's either happening right now in your life, or is going to be coming into your life that is going to push you in some way. But what they're wanting you to be push you in a way towards success. Okay. So if it's not pushing you towards success, it might not be what it is that we're talking about here. Okay. And again, I want to say that this Lover's card can be a romantic interest, but it could also be a creative collaborator or a partnership of some kind. Okay. That's going to push your ideas, push you forward to succeed. Now, the other thing that you have here that I think is so gorgeous and clearly Spirit is saying, this is about, the Judgment card is about fully accepting and forgiving yourself, flaws and all. It's like she is emerging anew unto herself. She is allowing herself to blossom and grow out of herself. Okay. So there's this sense of like, when you develop that deep sense of forgiveness for self, you have that much more capacity to do that with others and within partnerships. So Spirit is really asking you to have compassion, forgiveness, and love for yourself. All of yourself, those things that you think are secrets that nobody can know about, and Spirit is saying, forgive yourself, release yourself from those invisible chains, because they can stop you from moving forward, from hearing your breath, and you are the breath, you all. So it's really important that you allow yourself the gift of forgiveness. Right. And the thing is, you may be, oh, I don't need to forgive myself. I don't have anything to forgive myself for. Just breathe. I'll just say that. Just breathe and allow yourself to be wholly who you are meant to be, without the restrictions of what others may have put on you that you've now begun to put on yourself. Okay. So this is a gorgeous card and a gorgeous reading, and it's really just saying to you all to breathe, tap into your intuition, let it be your guide, work with others to get you to continue to get better, pay attention along the way of your journey, every step, take it in, and allow yourself to forgive yourself and step fully into who you are. So that's what I have for you today, my beautiful pile number 3. I hope that you have a joyfully abundant day. And please, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please click that subscribe down there, and I will see you in the next reading. Okay, bye-bye.